Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Easy Programming. I'm Naveen Mishra and I'll continue teaching you how to write programs in C language or how to think as a programmer in C language. In my previous video, I have discussed a topic related to files. I will continue that topic in this video, that is files functions. The functions like fgetc, fputc, fgetw, fputw, fread, fwrite, all those functions will be covered with the programs as well. Okay. So before starting this video, I would suggest you guys to please watch my previous video, C language files day 17, so that you guys can understand this video in a much better way. Okay, so let's start with this video, files. In the previous video, I ended the video when I reached the topic of end of file. I was reading and writing the characters from a file and I wanted to know how to detect the end of the file. So let's start with this now. To detect the end of the file, we can use EOF. EOF is returned by the function pointer if the file contents are reached to the end of the file. Okay. To use this EOF, you can use getc function. Getc function returns the EOF when the end of the file is reached. But there's a problem with getc function, EOF, that if a file is not opened because of any reason, there is an error in file opening, then again it will return you EOF. To use the EOF, you can do this. I have a mistake here. Syntax, in the syntax, you can say while getc, and inside the parameter of getc, you can pass ch and compare it with EOF. As long as you didn't get any EOF, you can continue reading the characters from the file. Okay. There is another way to check the end of the file, that is FEOF. FEOF surely returns the end of character if the file is reached to the end. So if you want to use FEOF, you can do this. Okay. So inside if, you can place an FEOF, and inside the FEOF parameter you can pass a function pointer. Alright, and write a message here. Okay. So let's write the program for this first. First of all, I'll write a program in which I will write some characters in the files and then we'll try to read it. So writing characters in the file. I will declare a header file #include stdio.h. I do not need main function or any, I do not need conio or any other header file, so I'll start straight away with the main function. I'll declare a file pointer, so file *fp. I will open a function file, so fp is equals to fopen. File name will be abc.txt for text file, you can write anything, and w represents write mode. So if the file doesn't open for any reason, if the file doesn't exist, w mode will create a file for you. Okay. I will declare an n and ask the number of characters from the user. I'll start with scanf. And I'll declare a character variable to read the values. Okay. I'll start a loop up to n so that n characters can be read. I will use a getch function to get the character. Now I'll use fputc to put the characters in the file. It takes two parameters. First is the character that is to be placed, and next is the file pointer where you want to create this file. Okay, once I have done with writing the data in the file, I will close my functions. Fclose, return 0, and let's save this program. Characters.cpp. Before starting executing my program, I want to show you that whether there are any contents in this file or whether the file is stored here. Now you see here there is no file related to ABC. When I run my program, so I'll go to execute and compile and run. There is an error. Getch. Okay, just a second. Okay, getch needs conio.h. Try to compile and unfile again. So number of characters, let's say 10. I'll say Aman Singh. Okay, so after writing 10 characters, 4 for Aman, 1 for space, 5 and Singh 5. So total 10 characters are saved. If you see in the background, there is a new file created for you, that is ABC, and in which the contents are stored like Aman Singh. Okay, now I'll write a program to read the characters from the file. So I'll copy this code, put it in a new file, read characters, and I'll convert this W to read mode. Okay, now once I have in read mode, I want to read the characters from the user, from the file pointer. Now I don't know how many characters are there in the file. So what I'll do is I'll put a while loop. I'll say fgetc fp will be stored in ch. It will be inside a condition, and I'll say not equals to euf. So what will happen here is, just a second, what will happen here is, first of all, fgetc, there is a misspelling, fgetc method will run. It will read one character from file pointer and put it in the ch. Okay, and if the end of the file is reached, this execution will stop. I don't need fputc now. I will print the character here, printf /n%c, and I don't need this as well. Let's see if it works. I'll give a message here, reading the contents from the file and run this file. So there you go. Aman Singh character is read one by one. Okay. So using EUF, you can detect the end of the file. What I can do is I can add an FUF as well here to represent the end of the file. There you go, a message end of file is reached. This is because of FUF method. So we have used EUF as well as FUF to read the characters from the file. Let's start. Let's start from the slideshow. And next topic is reading or writing integers to a file. Just like characters, you can write integers as well. Your functions will change to putw and getw. Putw is to put integer and getw is to get the integer. Okay. Putw, just like putc, takes two parameters. One is the integer number and another is the file pointer. To implement putw, make sure that the file is opened for the right purpose. Okay. Now this is the example, putw. Now this 20 integer will be stored in this file pointer. Okay. Similar to that, getw is possible. You can use getw as well. Getw takes one parameter as input and returns one argument, one integer value. During the read operation, you can use getw. Okay. So there you go. This is the example. Getw fp. The file pointer will read the contents and put it in the n variable Okay. Now let's write the program for integers as well. I'll save my time and I'll say write integers. So for integers, what I'll do is I'll declare a integers file. Okay, and that will be for write mode. Then I will declare a n variable. Just a second. In 10 printf, enter the integers in the file, and to stop writing data in the file, I'll use -1. So I'll say -1 stop entering. And I have to use scanf, but scanf must be inside an infinite loop, and as long as the value is not -1, the loop will continue. So I'll say while true, this represents an infinite loop. I'll put a scanf inside here, and if I say if n is less than equals to 0, that is, it is not negative value, I'll use putw method and put this n value in the file pointer. Else, if the n is less than equals to 0, that is any value in negative, I'll put a break. Okay, so after doing this, I will close my file. Okay, I think that should work now. Let's see. Compile and run. Integers, let's say 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 99, 0, 20, and let's say -1. So that's it, the program stops. Let's see in the background if the file is created. There you go. This is an integer file, and all the integers, this is in the form of bytes. That's why you're not able to see the data. But if I apply the read character method, so I'll read the contents for you so that you guys can see that the data is stored perfectly. So I'll copy this code again, save it, read integers.txt, sorry, cpp, and the file will be open for the read mode, and I will need n, and again I have to use fopen euf method. So instead of infinite loop, I'll say getw. So this will read one character integer from getw and n, and I'll continue it until it is not euf. I have to put another bracket here, and if there is a file, so I'll say to print this value, I'll say printf %d, n, and at the end I'll close the file. To check if the end of file is reached, I'll use fuf fp, and I'll say printf end of file is reached. Okay, I can read, use a printf, enter the print a message reading integers from a file, and I'll compile and run my file. There you go. All the contents that I have stored are visible to me. Let's try to do this again one more time. I'll put some other values, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 0, and -1. And I'll execute this read integer file now. So there you go. Whatever I'm writing in the file can be easily read by my program using read characters. Okay. So after getw and putw, let's continue. Just a second. Now fscanf and fprintf methods. Okay, so fscanf and fprintf methods can also be used similar to scanf and printf methods. Okay, now fprintf and fscanf are used to read or write formatted data into or from the file. So you can, using fprintf and fscanf, you can read or write data as well in the files. fprintf is used to write into the file. This is the way. So you have to put a file pointer fp here, then the formatted data inside the double quotes. Okay, and the data will be stored. For example, fp for strings we use %s, for integer we use %t, and so on, and same for the fscanf as well. Okay, so let's try to do this now in the program. I'll copy this into new file. I will declare, just a second, this is for reading, like, just a second, this is writing, so I'll say write using So I'll create a, instead of integers, I'll change the name to students or student.txt. I'll put some variables. So let's say student data, that is char, roll number and name will be stored here. Okay, and I'll write a message here, printf. Let's start with writing data into the file. I'm just formatting the message, that's it, doing nothing else. And I'll read the user data from the user. Printf, enter name, sorry, name and roll number of the student. Okay, and I'll use a scanf %d% for first percentage as for string name, and then name I'll say comma name and roll number. Then I'll store this data. So what I'll do is I'll say fprintf, file pointer is my fp, and my two data is in string and integer, so I'll say percentage s for string and percentage d for integer, comma, and then the percentage is for name and for roll number. That's it. I think the data will be stored. Let's compile and run this file first. There you go. Enter name, let's say Naveen, and roll number 12. Let's see if the file is created. In the background, there you go, this is the student file and the data is stored perfectly using fprintf. Now I will read this data, so I'll convert this to student.txt read mode, and I have to use the fscanf. Okay, just a second. Again, I need these variables. So I'll do this. Message will be changed to reading data from the file is open for read purpose. Now I have to read the data, so I'll say fscanf, first of all file pointer, then for name and roll number, percentage s and percentage d, and I'll put it inside name just like scanf and roll number. Then I'll print this data, student details /n roll number percentage d slash d name percent s comma roll number comma name. I hope it will work perfectly. Okay, let's save this file. Read from file.cpp, give it any name. Let's compile and run. Comma was missing, compile and run, and r was missing, compile and run, and there you go, roll number 12 and name Naveen is read. Let me try one more time. First of all, we'll write some data using this. I'll say compile and run, and I'll say let's say anything, something else, America, and after that we'll say read this file. So I'll run this file, and there you go, roll number and name is read from the files. Okay, okay, let's continue further with the slide, and we'll start with fread and fwrite. So to use fread and fwrite, we can use, just a second, Okay, so this is an fread and fwrite. Using fread and fwrite, we can store data in the using fread and fwrite. If the data is stored in form of array or structure, we can use fread and fwrite methods. Now they take four parameters. First is the file pointer. Okay, uh, first is the pointer of an array or structure, that is the name of the array or structure. Then the total number of bytes you want to store, for 2 bytes per integer, 4 bytes per correct, for 4 bytes per float, and based on the structures as well. Then number of times the record you want to enter, 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, and then definitely the file pointer. So this is the way you can use fwrite function, and fread is used to read the data from the files. Okay, similar to the above, 4 parameters is also takes 4 parameters. Okay, so let's try to write this program now. I'll save my time. This is reading, and this is writing. Write fwrite.cpp. So I will create a structure first. Let's say struct student, roll number will be there, name will be there, and marks will be there. End of structure. Then I will declare a file pointer and will open the file. I'll change this to something else. Let's say persons.dat. Dat stands for data files. And let me check if the file is open perfectly. If fp is equals to null, it means the file is not opened. So I'll say fprintf std error, that is the error will be printed, and error in opening file, a message will be shown. Okay, then I'll use exit method. If everything is fine, I can write data into the file. So what I can do is I will declare a structure person. I'll say struct student s1. Let me check the student name is student. Yes, struct student s1, and I'll ask name, roll number, and marks. Marks of the student, and I'll use a scanf. For name, I'll use percentage %s, for roll number percentage %d, and percentage %f for marks, comma, and s1 dot roll number, sorry, first of all name, comma, and s1 dot roll number, comma, and s1 dot marks. And once I have read these values, I'll use my fwrite method, fwrite, and my structure is s1, so I'll say and s1 and s1, comma, what was the fourth parameter, second parameter, so size, so I'll say size of method, and I'll say struct student size, and number of times the file to be read, that is 1, and the file pointer, that is fp. The contents hopefully will be written, and I will close the file after that. Okay, let's see if it works. Persons.dat, let me check. Persons.dat have not been created yet. Here you can see. So let's see if it works. Exit. Okay, there's a problem in exit. Okay, I need a stdlib header file here. Okay, so it is asking me the data, Naveen 12. Okay, so let's say if the file is created. Now there you go, this is the person's file, and there's the data. And again, you are not able to understand this format, but you can read it in the next format. So to read the data, I'll go here. Again, I need a structure, sorry for that. Again, I'll need this and we'll put it here. uh, After creating, I'll open the file for the file name is so I'll copy this code again, put it here, and convert this w to read mode. Okay, so after reading, I don't need this now. I need a structure object. I'll go back to this. The file is not opened, and then I'll need this. I'll copy it here. Okay, file is opened. My message will be reading data from the file, and I'll declare a structure, and I'll start reading. To read, I'll use while loop, fread, and again 4 parameters. So first is s1 object, and then I will use size of student, comma, number of times I have to mention, so I'll say 1, and the file pointer is fp. Okay, I hope it should work. Let's try printf slash and roll number equals to name equals to marks equals to comma s1 dot roll number s1 dot name comma s1 dot marks. Okay, so after doing this, I think I have to close my file. The code is there. I think it should work. Let's see if I can read. Okay, there's an error. Size was not declared. Okay, size of needs to be used. And there you go, the data is read successfully. Let's try to compile and run this file again one more time. I'll put some other data. Let's say the roll number is 22 and marks is 67.9, or you can put anything. Now I'll run this read data file, compile and run, and there you go, the file is being read successfully. So this is how you can use fread and fwrite methods. Okay, let's go back to the ppt. Now there is one important program that is quite oftenly put in the exams, final exams of btech, bca, mca, mtech. The file that the program is to copy data from one file to another. To do this, I'll write this program for you guys as well. To do this, what we'll do is we have to declare 2 pointers, obviously 2 file pointer, one for read and one for write. Okay, then we'll open first file for read purpose, open second file for write purpose, and then copy the contents from one file to another using a loop, and then close both the files. So let's start this program now. Let's write from the basics. So program to copy the contents of one file into another file. So I'll declare a header file stda.h. Might be I need stdlib dot, so I'll declare it in advance. Then I'll start with main function. First of all, I have to declare 2 file pointers, star fp1 star fp2. I'll ask the name of the file from the user, so I'll say char name 100 file name, and I'll ask printf enter the name of the file of the source file. Okay, so I'll say scanf %s comma and name, and in fp1 I will open this file. So I'll say fp1 equals to fopen, file name is name comma in double quotes r for read mode. Okay, and if fp1 is not opened for any reason, I don't have to continue my program. So I'll say printf cannot open the file, and we'll say exit. We don't have to continue writing the program. Okay, now if the file is open, I will ask the file name was destination file. So I'll copy this code and I'll say enter the name of the destination file. Okay, so in the destination file we'll again ask the user and open this file for write purpose. Okay, again we'll check if the file is opened successfully. So we'll do this and I'll say if 2 is not equals to null, and I will continue this. So what we'll do is I need a character variable. I'll read one character at a time, so character C, and I'll read one character first from file pointer 1, and I'll say while this C is not equals to EOF, what we can do is we can put this character in the fp2, put this character and again read the next character in fp1. Okay, once we do this, I think it should work. So contents, the message contents of the file is copied, and I will close this both of the files. So fclose fp1 and fclose fp2, copy contents file name. Let's see if it works. Return 0. Save. Let's compile and run. First of all, let me see which file I'll use to read and write. Let's say I will copy this ABC data into the next file. So let's go to the program and compile and run this file. So enter the name of the file. I'll say abc.txt. Now this file is opened successfully. I have to mention the other file, so I'll say def.txt, and the message is shown to me. I think the program worked. Let me see if the file is created and the contents are copied. So we'll go back here. So this is the ABC and this is the DEF. Let's open the DEF, and there you go, the contents are copied. So whatever the contents are in the ABC are copied in the new file DEF successfully. I think that's it from this video. I have covered all the important functions of file handling. If some topic is missing, you guys can tell me in the comments in this video. That's it from this video. Thank you very much for watching my video. Keep on subscribing and sharing to my channel. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. Cheers.